Hey friends, it's Mrs. Anna. I'm so excited this week to keep talking about how Jesus' power pulls us through. Because today we're going to talk about something really cool. And that is that Jesus' power brings hope. So one way that we can think about Jesus' power and how it brings hope is by talking about our God sightings. Last week, I hurt my back really bad. I couldn't hardly stand up. And I felt kind of bad because I couldn't make this video until today. But God healed my back, and He used my family in wonderful ways to help me heal as well, as they did the dishes and made dinner and so forth. So I was really blessed. I want you to pause the video and talk about the God sightings that you have seen this week with your family around you. Thanks for sharing, friends. I love that we're still looking for God sightings. Continue to do so this week. So some grown-ups are angry and they're frustrated. They can't go to work, which impacts money, providing for families. For some people, this has been a really hard time, hard season. Kids are frustrated and angry too. They can't see their friends, they can't play sports, they can't go to school. Do you feel that way too right now? I'm going to put up a question for you and your family to discuss. And that is, what's made you angry, frustrated, or tense during this coronavirus situation? I'm going to put the question up. You can pause the video to discuss. Whew. Well, it's not necessarily fun to discuss things like that, but I think it's good to talk about it. So thank you for taking a minute and talking about your feelings. So God gives me joy in every situation, keeps my spirits high no matter what I'm feeling. That's what I want. But sometimes that's not how I feel. And I'm not alone. Let me tell you about some friends of Jesus, Mary, Martha, and Lazarus. You can find their true story in the Bible in the book of John, chapter 11. Lazarus got sick, and his sisters, Mary and Martha, knew that Jesus' power brings hope. So they hoped that Jesus would heal him. They sent for Jesus. They sent a messenger to find him in a nearby city. And then they took care of Lazarus as they waited for Jesus to arrive. But day by day, Lazarus got worse. Jesus didn't come right away, and Mary and Martha could not understand why. Jesus loved Lazarus, and they knew Jesus could help. Where was he? I think that they felt, wait, I'll show you. When I count to 3, I want you to take a deep breath and then hold it, okay? I'll let you know when it's okay to breathe again. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. I think Mary and Martha were standing by that door, looking up at the road, expecting that at any moment Jesus would appear and he'd make everything right again. But, oh, just a minute. Oh my goodness, you can breathe again. I got distracted. I had to quick read something in a book. Whew. I think that Mary and Martha felt like Jesus had forgotten about them. So when you were holding your breath and I just started randomly reading a book, you probably thought she forgot. She forgot that she asked us to hold our breath. So I think that Mary and Martha thought that Jesus forgot and didn't care. Maybe he got busy and didn't even, or possibly didn't even realize that Lazarus was dying. So while Mary and Martha were waiting for Jesus to come, Lazarus died and was buried. How angry Mary and Martha must have been. How hurt that their friend didn't come through for them. I want you to go ahead and make a really tight fist, okay? Ooh, even tighter, squeeze it really hard. Hold your fist really tight and think about how angry you get when people forget about you, or how angry you feel when you are stuck or forgotten or ignored. Think about how you shared earlier when I asked about what makes you angry right now. Dig your fingernails into your palms. Feel how tight and how tense your arm is. Arms are for using both sides. It's starting to hurt a little bit, isn't it? Especially if you have long fingernails. Grr, keep holding it. So back to Mary and Martha. Jesus finally showed up and they were angry with him. They asked why he had waited so long. But Jesus didn't disappoint. When he came, he went right to Lazarus where he was buried, and he had some men roll the stone away from the door of the tomb, from the entryway of the tomb, and Jesus called out to Lazarus to rise from the dead. And that's exactly what Lazarus did. That's power, and that's hope. The Bible says that Jesus wasn't late. He wanted to do something even more amazing than just heal Lazarus from being sick. He wanted to make someone rise from the dead. When Mary and Martha saw that Jesus' power brings hope, even when it seemed like it was too late, well, they let go of that anger and they found hope. Open your fists if you're still holding them and relax your hand. My hand feels a little tight, a little sore. But that's how it feels. It feels good to let go of that anger. It feels good when you open your hands and allow God and Jesus' power to fill you with hope. When you look for joy and hope in every situation, when you let God lift your spirits no matter what you're facing, maybe you know someone who has gotten the coronavirus, who's sick. Maybe they've gotten better and maybe they haven't. Maybe you've prayed that you can get back to life like it was before this virus swept through the world. Maybe you're angry because you had a baseball tournament or a birthday party canceled because of the coronavirus. And maybe you're wondering, where is Jesus? Maybe you're a little angry because it feels like he's late to help you. Remember, that Jesus wasn't late for Lazarus, and that he's not late in answering your prayer either. Jesus had a better plan when his friend Lazarus was ill. Jesus was in charge. He is still in charge. He has a plan. Jesus' power brings hope. Mary and Martha got angry, but Jesus didn't walk away from them because they were angry. Instead, he drew close and he gave them hope. And he'll give you hope too. Along with that hope, he will give you peace in your heart. Even in these coronavirus times. Now, I have a couple questions that are going to come up on the screen that I want you to discuss with your family. We are going to take a few moments to see what happens when we focus on Jesus' hope. I'm going to put a picture up on the screen, and we are going to focus on a very specific part of that picture, okay? All right, so here's our picture. You'll notice in the middle of kind of a couple of heart shapes, there's 4 dots, they're vertical. We're going to stare at them for 30 seconds. So, blink a couple times, get ready, and get started. Look at a blank wall. Keep looking at that wall. It might just take a few seconds. But do you see him? Do you see Jesus? When we take time to focus on those 4 dots, just like the word of hope is 4 letters, it reminds us of Jesus. When we take the time to look for him, we will see Jesus all around us, and that will give us hope. How can we look for Jesus even when we're angry? Go ahead and discuss these questions with your family. So when we focus on what Jesus can do and that Jesus' power brings hope, then he can do and will do things greater than what we maybe think he's late for. So I have something I would like you to do. I want you to take a few minutes and discuss what you hope for. What is it that you hope for right now in all of this? I want you to take time, and I want each person in the room to share what you hope for. And then I want you to take time and pray for each of those things specifically. Go ahead and pause the video. I'll wait. So all along our journey, we have been drawing pictures in a thankfulness journal. So now it's time to add a picture to your journal. I want you to draw a picture, for instance, something that we maybe have hoped for and that God supplied is stuff we need. Like, I don't know, maybe you were hoping to find a roll of toilet paper at the grocery store and you did. We had that moment. Where have you seen your hope and God answer? Draw a picture about that in your thankfulness journal. All right, well, Jesus' power brings hope. And I hope that that message, that Jesus isn't late, that he is working potentially on things greater than we can even know or understand, that brings you peace and comfort and hope right now. May God bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Be well, friends.